excited I am about this.
You're going to be great.
I hope so.
You'll be better in front of the camera. You know, you got that thing. You know, that thing.
That thing?
Right. Let's listen to how Brian calls him out.
Okay. Eichelberger. Izagul, okay.
It's Izagul. I'm pretty sure it's Izagul.
Okay.
Izagul.
Yeah. Alicia.
Okay. Yes. You need to. I need to hear you. You need to be a little bit louder for me. A little bit louder. Yes, thank you. Yeah. All right, we're gonna be starting in just a minute.
Okay.
Okay. I've got the earpiece in my ear.
Oh, okay. I was like, who are you talking to?
He's introducing the reserves.
Okay.
And on a very rainy Thursday afternoon in February, here we are in the Moore Gymnasium of North Carolina A&T State University for the second game of the season, only the second game of the season for the North Carolina A&T Lady Aggies volleyball team. Well, on behalf of our Chancellor, Dr. Harold Martin, and Director of Athletics, Earl Hilton, I'm Joseph Lovell, and I'm joined by Aggie legend Arlene Mitchell. Good to see you.
Yes, same to you.
I mean, if we had anybody who is probably more qualified to talk about Aggie athletics when it comes to volleyball, it's certainly you.
Oh, thank you.
We'll take the time here to join everybody during the Black National Anthem, which is going to be played before every Aggie home contest along with the Star Spangled Banner. So we'll let you fans enjoy. Once again, we welcome you to the Moore Gymnasium here on the historic campus of North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University for what is only the second game of the season, or match, I guess, in volleyball, for North Carolina A&T, who is 0-1 on the season after losing its home opener to ECU. I'm Joseph Lovell, joined by Arlene Mitchell, and this is like home for you.
It is. I am happy to be here.
I mean, playing in February is so much different probably than playing in August.
Yes, it's so cold, one, but yeah, the training, you have to go into it. You know, the summertime is when we're in off season, and in the spring. We're still playing in the spring season right now. This is spring ball. So during this time, we'll be training, getting prepared for the fall.
It's the real thing now. Norfolk State comes into the contest with a 1-3 record, winning against George Mason in their opener, but dropping 2 games to Delaware State and to VCU. We'll go quickly over the starters. For Norfolk State, we'll have number 1, Rachel Williams, number 2, Nicole Rodriguez, number 7, Palau Matos, number 13, Taylor Eckelberger, 15, Janelle Izegwu, 18, Simone Thomas, and 21, Helicias Rivera. For the Aggies, a name that you'll hear quite a bit this afternoon, Edie Brewer, who's chasing after the Mitchell twins in the record book.
Awesome, man.
Number 9, Fatima Shabazz, and play is underway. We've got Andrea LeBoy Rivera at libero, and the first strike made by number 17, Rupertova, is long.
That's long.
It'll be Norfolk State serving at 1-0. Also on the court right now, Shaylin Hall for the Aggies and Mallory Porcher. The Aggies are led by head coach Hal Clifton, and the Norfolk State Spartans are led by Kathy Bullock, who's a name that we'll talk about later because you know her quite well.
I do.
All right, well, the Aggies have tied it up. We're at 1-1, serving for the Aggies. Here's number 17, Rupertova.
It's a nice dig by Edie.
Doing what Edie does, and there's a beautiful strike by Shabazz.
Number 9, yes.
What are you thinking about when you see that and how that's set up? You mean, what's going through your mind when you know you've got to make that particular hit?
Yeah, so it was a offset, so she was hitting from the, well, she's a front row player, but she was kind of hitting behind the 10-foot line, which is back row. Still a great attack from back there, though. That was just long.
That was just long. That was a strike by number 9, Shabazz. It goes long, and so the game's tied up now.
Yes.
It'll be 2-2. And serving for the Spartans will be number 12.
You'll see that a lot of the serves are float serves, which is one of the toughest serves to pass in volleyball.
Now, that's, you know, I would think as a spectator that fast serve would be the most difficult.
No, see, the float serve, it moves in the air as it's going over the net, so it's kind of hard to track.
Wow. Brewer with the set.
Nice swing.
Very nice strike. Shaylin Hall with the point. 3-2, the Aggies. The Aggies did jump out to a 6-0 lead in the first game against ECU. Eventually, they dropped that. Lost some communication during the game, but hopefully the Aggies can keep this momentum going.
It's a good touch off the block. Nice recover. Good. We call that a tool off the block by number 9, Shabazz. Tool is basically when you're going up against a block and you're hitting right against their hands. It's a kill. Touch off their block, but it's a kill on our side.
All right, that's the second kill for Shabazz in this game. Aggies up 4-2.
Nice
And
save
boy,
by
that's touch.
Yeah.
But sailed out of bounds.
Yeah, Edie does a nice job with those fast passes to her, trying to get one hand on it at least to get a hitter on it.
Yeah. It'll be Norfolk State serving 3-4. Oh, nice shot by the Spartans.
Outside hitter.
Number 13, Eckelberger.
Taylor, yeah, she saw a hole in the block and she hit right through it.
It's 4-4. So what are you looking for? I mean, the action happens so fast. Can you literally see where you're trying to hit it, or are you just trying to hit it?
Yeah, so as an outside hitter, that was my position here at A&T. But what you're looking for the open spots on the court. You're looking for holes in the block. You're looking for a high seam. And high seam meaning you're trying to hit over the block into the furthest part of the court, into the corner.
That's more information than I'll probably use in my life, but that is great information for all our volleyball fans. It's 5-4 Aggies as they found a seam within the Spartan defense and safely placed one in. Nice block. Oh! Sails off the defensive hands of number 13, Courtney Pitt.
She wasn't quite right in position for that dig yet, so it kind of caught her off guard a little bit.
It's 5-5. Spartans are serving. Matos. Good decision. So as that serve is long,
yes.
The Aggies up now 6-5. So is there a certain thing you're watching for when that ball is coming towards you to let you know, hey, it's really going to be long?
Yes. So when you're serve receiving, if the ball is right above your chest or higher, it's 9 times out of 10 out. Yeah.
That's what she saw, and it did sail long. The Aggies are serving.
Again, you'll see how difficult that float serve is for some of the passers.
Yes.
A good dig. Come on. So a back row attack means that any player in the back row, there is a white line that's going in the middle of the court. They cannot cross that line if they're in the back row.
That's an automatic violation, point for the other team.
Yes.
Well, point for us, rather.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, Aggies up 7-5.
Just short.
El Henrique's serve is short. 7-6. Serving for the Spartans, who are down by 1 point. Eckelberger.
Yes. I love the fact that Edie can set and swing. She's almost a triple threat out there.
Almost like you, right? Almost.
She's cutting it close, huh?
She's cutting it close. There were 2 of y'all, though, at least, right?
Yeah, it was.
Aggies up 8-6. Serving for the Aggies, Mallory Porcher.
It's a nice dig.
Oh! That found its spot.
They did.
Number 13, Eckelberger.
She did. She saw there was one block up there for the back row attack, and all she had to do was hit the corners.
And she did that. Aggies up 8-7. Of course, we'll go to the first one that gets to 25. Best 2 out of 3 games. Sierra Jones serving for the Spartans of Norfolk State. Beautiful. Beautiful. Boy, I tell you, the assist that these strikers are given is incredible.
Yes, the setter set a nice one in the middle, and she came right in for it and killed it on Norfolk's side.
Number 18, Shaylin Hall with the kill. Serving Edie Brewer for the Aggies, who are up 9-7. Nice tremendous block. And both of them get points according to volleyball.
So they will get a block assist since it was not a solo block. A solo block is when one blocker goes up by themselves.
Okay. And credit that to Shabazz and also Shaylin Hall as Edie Brewer continues on service.
a nice serve. Another float serve.
And last week against ECU, she had a stretch of 5 service points.
Oh, well.
So she's all over the floor. Of course, you want her everywhere, but then when she's back at that service line, she's incredible as well.
Yeah, if you can master the float serve, you'll keep the other team in trouble.
That serve a little long. Aggies up 11-8. Rivera serving for the Spartans.
It's a nice block by the Aggies.
Nice save.
That almost came back over. It's a good hustle by Norfolk State's team.
You know, last week with my first volleyball game, you know, I imagine there are plenty of places you go where the ceiling is not in play.
Yeah.
That's unique to Moore Gymnasium.
Yeah, well, for volleyball, most times the ceiling is play. As long as it hits on your side and comes back down on your side, it's playable.
Okay.
But any other time you're passing or hitting the ball and it goes on the opponent's team side,
right,
it's out. It's a nice dig by 2 from that line swing from 9 from the Aggies.
And again, it is Fatima Shabazz. And the Aggies are up 13-8, and we'll have our first timeout credited to Coach Kathy Bullock. And you know something about Bullock.
I do.
Kathy Bullock is an alumnus of North Carolina A&T.
Absolutely.
Graduating in 1987. She's in her second season, though, at Norfolk State, but...
Yes, so she is one of the reasons why I became an Aggie.
Oh, wow.
She recruited my sister and I from back home, Henderson, North Carolina, and she offered us both full scholarships, and we accepted.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. So now she's leading the Spartan program, coming back to play against her alma mater.
Yes.
And right now her alma mater is proving why they are the alma mater indeed. It's just game number 1.
Yes.
The Aggies are up 13-8. We'll talk more about the experience that you had, that recruiting experience, and also just talk more about just what it's like to play with your sister.
Yes.
You know,
oh, yeah,
because people,
awesome.
you know, when athletes are playing, people all, you know, often refer to, I could read her mind, or I knew exactly what she was going to do, and I imagine that was probably true for you, for the both of you.
Yeah, we played the same position, but luckily my sister, she could play anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Aggies up 13-8, and in control of the serve, Upatova.
Uh-oh.
And Shaylin Hall does it again.
So we call those overpasses.
Mm-hmm.
When the ball goes literally right in the middle of the net, the opponent comes up and just kill it right back on the other side.
And that's what she did as Upatova continues on the service.
That's short on the serve. 17 by the Aggies.
The Aggies will be back in action tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Catch the game action, NCATaggies.com.
See that the Aggies have a different strategy on service receive back here to pass and counter with 2 people. That's an awesome swing by 18 from the Aggies.
Nice strike from number 1, Rachel Williams.
Norfolk State serve.
And Williams will be serving. Down 10-14, the Aggies are up. That has to hurt. How does that feel when you just couldn't control the serve and you don't give your team an opportunity to volley?
They're target serving right now. So you see she's the middle actually. So coach must have given her that target to hit. Middles typically don't pass in service receive.
That's touch. I mean, those blockers were expecting her to come with power, and she came with the finesse.
And they were triple blocking her, meaning they had all 3 blockers up there on her, and she just tipped it right over.
That's just a smart play.
Yeah, very smart.
Smart play. The Aggies up 15-11. That's out.
That's long.
The Aggies are on a roll, 16-11. Serving for the Aggies, the libero, Andrea Laboy Rivera.
If the Aggies can keep Norfolk State out of system, meaning only allowing them to have two hitters to hit, which that was the in-system ball, meaning they had 3 options to hit.
Another powerful strike. This one from number 23, Mallory Porcher, and the Aggies are on a roll right now.
Yeah, it's pretty easy when you get pretty passes back over your side and just run a 3-hitter offense up there.
So what adjustments does Norfolk State have to make to combat this onslaught by the Aggies?
They have to control that pass, the first pass from off the serve. And right now it's looking pretty hard, difficult for them right now.
Porcher and Shabazz teaming up, 18-11 for the Aggies, and Clifton, along with Tindler, still coaching hard from the sidelines.
And that block is closed out there. Just long by
Courtney Pitt.
Yeah. So that was a set from the back row. So those are kind of hard to track coming from behind you versus in front of you.
Aggies still up, 19-11.
It's a nice serve by the libero. Nice dig by Edie.
Who else?
Oh, wow.
Number 21, Alicia Rivera, who was who has won the MEAC Player of the Week one time, coming through for the Spartans. The Spartans actually have 3 players who have won MEAC Player of the Week: Nicole Rodriguez and Palaus Matos, along with Rivera. The Spartans putting together a pretty nifty run here. 19-13.
Again, you'll see that the Aggies are serve receiving with 2 versus 3 passers, which typically you have 3. But says a lot about our serve receivers that those 2 can really, really pass.
Shabazz, we call her name again. And she steps away from the court, and she's replaced by number 4, Addie Warfield. That type of substitution is normally done for serving purposes.
Yeah, she's the middle, so she's not going to play back row, defense back row. She's a power hitter, so she just stays up there. But you'll see the offense that they're running, the server that they got come in, she's actually going to be the setter now, and that's when Edie's going to still be hitting.
Aggies having a very strong first game, up 21-13. And there's yet another timeout called by Brewer. So, you know, we've been talking about the Mitchell twins, and we talked about you guys last week, and, you know, how you guys sort of set the high bar for the Lady Aggie basketball team. And now the recruiting coach, was she the head coach at the time, or was she one of the assistants?
Coach Kathy?
Yes.
Yeah, she was the head coach.
She was the head coach.
She was the head coach there here at ANC, and Coach Georgette Crawford was our assistant at the time.
Did it take much convincing from her to bring you to Greensboro?
It did. I mean, we did not initially commit first. We actually committed to High Point University.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That story. We actually committed to High Point University. There were some coaching changes. Coach Bullock was on us for a very long time, but it was just something about the assistant coach that was at High Point University. She's from my hometown.
That was the connection.
Yes, it felt like home. And but there were coaching changes, and you know, assistant principal at my high school kind of made that adjustment. We'll finish after.
We got to hear more of this story.
Yes.
That's news to me. I thought you guys were Aggie blue and gold from day one.
Listen, once we got here, that was it.
Warfield on the serve after a short volley.
Yeah,
There'll be a point for the Aggies, up 22-13.
These serves are keeping them out of system over there. And during these times, you have to make sure you don't get flustered as a passer. Then you start creating more errors for yourself.
Number 21, Rivera, the former MEAC Player of the Week for this year, scores for the Spartans. Serving for them now is Jada Bynum. Spartans down 22-14.
Again, another back row attack error on the Aggies. Her foot crossed that line.
22-15, Aggies up.
That's long.
Oh!
So that was that high seam ball I was speaking about. The block was closed, so she tried to hit the furthest corner in the court. She just missed it.
Just missed it. I guess you hear that a lot in volleyball.
Yeah.
So apparently what happened back there was number 17 saw that ball coming toward her, and it was a chest high.
Yeah.
And so she decided to let it pass.
So
I sound so smart now.
Anything chest high and above is out.
Smart move by the Aggies, just 2 points away from taking game number one. 23-16 right now. And serving El Henrique for the Aggies.
It's a nice serve. There was a touch off the block, but the line judges didn't see it.
That was a powerful strike from number 13 of the Spartans, Eckelberger. Serving for the Spartans now, Eckelberger, who just made that beautiful strike for the Spartans.
Some nice rallies going on. Nice.
Great volley and a great strike. Number 17, Rupertova, having herself a game here.
Yeah, she's doing awesome out there on the outside.
Back to serve for the Aggies. 1 point from game. This is called game points.
Game point, yes.
Oh!
Oh, you can't
Porcher.
do that on game point.
Just can't do that on game point. For real.
No.
Porcher's father was an NFL player in Detroit.
Oh, wow.
For the Detroit Lions. She comes from a very athletic family.
Yeah, she's very athletic.
And that's who you want, making that, you know, when it's a crunch time decision. Edie Brewer, and it's 25-18. The Aggies take game number one.
Yes.
You got to feel a lot of pressure off your back. You got to feel really excited when you do take game one in any of these matches, right?
Yeah, it calms the nerves a little bit. It definitely does, yeah.
The Aggies had to fight down 2-0, and they did manage to win the third game, but fell in 4.
Yeah, I actually watched that game. They were doing pretty good, and then the fourth set, it's like they kind of lost focus a little bit. They looked a little flustered on the court while I was watching. So, you know, in volleyball, it's a game of a lot of errors. You score off someone's error.
Yeah.
You know,
So when you look over the stat sheet right now, what stands out to you?
Well, right now it looks like for Norfolk State, number 7 is having a decent game. You want to make sure when you look at the errors, are they hurting or helping? So as many attempts, as long as you're not hurting your team, try to keep the ball in play with your attempts, get as many kills as possible, and make sure you keep the errors low.
Indeed.
And number 9, she's doing a pretty good job as well for the Aggies. Shaylin Hall.
Shaylin Hall.
Yeah, she's doing really good. No error, six attempts and 4 kills. I mean, what can you ask for?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's really, really good. Yeah. So, yeah.
We're about to begin game 2 here in the Moore Gymnasium of North Carolina A&T. Is this where you guys have always played your volleyball games?
We actually, when I was here, we played, well, my first year, we did play a little bit more in Corbett, first and second year. Then we kind of played a little bit more my senior year here in Moore. But we played most of our matches in Corbett Sports Center.
And so there in Corbett, I mean, you had the high ceiling, and so it never came into play.
Yeah,
did it change the way you guys had to practice or anything like that, realizing that you always,
No, it didn't at all, actually. We just have to be mindful that if we dig a ball and it's really, really high, stay low because it's going to come down really fast. So when you play against other schools, a lot of schools don't have really high ceilings, but it helped us be more disciplined to stay low and be ready for that ball to come down just in case it hits the top. So another thing I noticed looking at the stat sheet is that you see the hitting percentage for Norfolk State is at .086, and then you take a look at Aggies is at .344.
That's a tremendous difference.
Yes.
A tremendous difference.
Yeah.
Aggies having a fabulous first game.
Yes.
They'll look to keep this momentum and end this match kind of early.
Yeah.
It'll give you more time to guess, I guess, to go over and talk to your old coach, right? Console her.
Right. You also notice that we're not switching sides. In volleyball, you switch sides after every game. But due to COVID, they have to stay on the same side for all their matches.
That is one of the COVID restrictions. And, of course, these teams, they do have real respect for one another, and they normally, shake hands before and even afterwards, and now it's just
a wave. Yeah,
you know.
Like right now, my sister and I coach high school currently, and those things came into play with us as well. So, yeah, no shaking hands, just, good game from across, and, beginning before the game and then after the game, good game. So, yeah, COVID has definitely restricted a lot. I'm just happy that we're still playing.
Absolutely. Although you are playing September, October, November, December, January, February, you're about 6 months behind.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's typically in August. We start in August, first game. And depending on how far you go, it can be December when you're done. But because of COVID, obviously, we're months behind.
Well, these Lady Aggies feel they have something to prove in the MEAC, because this is their final year in the MEAC. They really want to win this year's tournament.
Yeah, and it's very possible. They have a really good team.
They do. Spartans begin on the serve.
Just long by number 17 from
Rupertova, just a little long.
Yeah. She has pretty good control, too. She was aiming for that corner over there, but just missed it just a little long.
And she comes right back, Shaylin Hall.
Yeah, Shaylin, she jumps so high. She can pretty much hit anywhere on the court. I'm sure she's looking at what spot on the floor she wants to put the ball at.
She does get up.
Yeah.
Brewer serving, and she's going for that back corner.
Yeah, just long.
And again, just missed it.
And you'll see on the float serve, they don't move a lot in the air. They're just, you see them just floating, literally.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
That's what she does, and she does it well. Rivera serving for the Spartans. They're up 2-1 in this particular game. The Aggies have won one game. They're up 1-0.
Yeah.
And in the second game, it's all tied up at 2, and dropping back to serve for the Aggies, number 17, Rupertova.
Yeah, that swing, they were a triple block on the back row. They're not playing with keep protecting their court over here with the Aggies.
And that's a pretty powerful front row right there for the Aggies, with Pitts, Shaylin Hall, and Shabazz. And
yeah. Courtney Pitts.
Courtney Pitts Pitt, Shabazz, and Hall. I'm not sure what just happened here.
I missed the call. It was a mistake
Coach Bullock.
on the down riffs.
Say again?
It was a mistake on the down riff. I think he miscalled. I think he called them out of rotation, in which they was not out of rotation, so he called a replay.
Coach Bullock had something to say about that, and now Coach Clifton is questioning the
Coach
referee's call.
He is. He's telling the down ref like that's not correct, and they are out of rotation indeed. So we'll see, but the ref is still going to look for it, I'm assuming.
Rupatova serving 2-2 in game number 2. Aggies took first game. And we've called that tandem all first game. Shabazz and Hall.
Yeah. You got to be pretty smart and strategic to get those balls to this 3 up here against the Aggies.
The Spartans looking a little out of sorts right now.
Yeah.
What do you think's going through Coach Bullock's mind?
Well, right now, she's probably, that call kind of has them flustered. And her as well. So she's trying to make sure they're actually not out of rotation, but the girls seem to be a little bit frazzled by that.
And this is not the time for them to be frazzled. Down the game already. And there again is another example.
Yeah.
Is that a communication issue, a nerve issue?
No,
or
it's a bad pass, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so that serve was a really tough float serve, and it was too tight to the setter for the setter to actually set someone. So it was just, the pass just wasn't there for her.
Rupatova continues on the serve, and I thought that had actually slipped in, but
it was just long.
Just long. Dropping back to serve for the Spartans will be number 12, Carter.
The Aggies seem to be doing a really good job of staying in system, meaning their passes are going directly to the setter, giving the setter options to set. And that was a prime example of the ball hitting the top.
I saw that, and it came right down, and they had to be ready for it. But yet, the Aggies coming back with they had intensity last week, but it just seems like they came ready to play today.
It's like they have something to prove right now.
The serve by the libero, LeBoy Rivera, can't be handled by the Spartans.
Yeah, it looks like Spartans' serve receive is breaking down a little bit.
Aggies up 7-3. And you don't want to get too far behind when you already lost game 1.
Yeah.
Nice shot by number 13, Courtney Pitt. The Aggies are up now 8-3. And if the Aggies can continue, I imagine if they score another point, I can imagine there'd be another timeout called by Bullock.
Just long, so that probably saved them a timeout.
It sure did. It sure did. 8-4, the Aggies.
Yeah. This is the time the Spartans need to get on the roll with their serves. But the Aggies have a pretty solid serve receive over here. Oh, she called the timeout.
She went on and called that timeout. Yeah. I guess she recognized that you really can't fall that far behind. I mean, right now, if you're down 8-4, you keep this momentum, you're down 16-8, then the next thing you know, you're down 24-12, and it becomes a little demoralizing at that point.
Volleyball is a huge game of momentum. It shifts so quickly throughout the game. Throughout the entire game. You can be up 3 points and be down 5 the next. So
yeah, the Aggies, prime example, were up 6-0 in game number 1 against the ECU Pirates last week, and ended up dropping that particular game.
Yeah.
So what was the most exciting game you played where you guys had to come from behind? Was it against North Carolina Central by any chance?
It was. It definitely was. Oh my God. That was, I think, my senior year. And we were right here in Moore Gym. We were down 2 sets. And I I could tell the defeat on some of my teammates' face, and I was like, you know, we can't do this. But
Oh, do you think does it affect you as a player?
I think it does. You tend to pull energy from the crowd sometimes, especially when you're down. As an athlete, yes, you have your zone that you're in at times, but sometimes you need a little pick-me-upper from the stands, from the fans. Absolutely.
Well, we expected that substitution. Of course, Shabazz with the strike.
Yeah.
She's replaced by number 4, Addie Warfield, who will serve. Aggies up 9-4. I'm Joseph Lovell, joined by Aggie great Arlene Mitchell. That block out of bounds by Pitts.
She got there a little late, so
Number 7
was able to tool her block.
Matos credited with the point.
Yeah.
We'll see if Coach Bullock's timeout proved to be effective for the Spartans.
So they're calling for a touch off the block, but that was definitely not a touch. It was wide, very wide. Which means she wasn't on top of the ball. She was somewhat under it when she was attacking.
So when you're striking and hitting the ball in volleyball, when you strike, are you with the bottom of the hand,
No,
wrist area, or are you striking
palm.
with the palm?
Your palm, yeah. You want your whole hand to hit that ball, except when you're tipping.
Okay.
And you'll see the middles from us sometimes. They'll go up really strong and then come back off on the swing and just tip it with their fingertips.
Wow.
Yeah. That's when you have the defense on their heels and they're ready for a hard attack, and then you pull off with the swing and tip it.
Rupertova credited with that point, and
Beautiful serve.
that's out. And the Aggies are again well in control of game number 2.
Yeah. Spartans just can't seem to find the court right now. They're having a hard time to stay in those lines.
El Henrique serving for the Aggies, up 12-5 in this second set after taking the first.
And that was a tip by 18.
Now it's interesting watching the Aggies play now. We talked about the athleticism of someone like a Shaylin Hall who jumps way over the net.
Yeah.
And yet we see Rupertova, who really doesn't elevate that high,
Right.
yet she still is able to strike.
But she's a smart outside hitter. You have to find the seams in the block. You have to be smart, hit your angles.
Edie Brewer. Who else? Aggies well in control.
Yeah.
13-6, and we might be in for an early afternoon here in Aggie land.
That was in. That's an ace.
You love having those.
Right on the line.
Credit that to Mallory Porcher. 14-6.
That's what got me with all those aces in college. I was a top spin server, and it fell on the back line every single time.
Wow.
They thought it was out, but it was in.
7-14. Aggies up. The second set, they won the first set handily as well.
Yeah, the Spartans have some work to do right now.
This is only the Aggies' second game of the season, and this would be the Spartans actually their fifth game of the year.
Wow. I didn't know they played that many already.
Yep.
Okay.
The Aggies are up 15-7. Brewer will be on the serve. There's a timeout called on the floor. So Arlene and Darlene Mitchell,
yes,
better known as the Mitchell twins,
yes,
we're almost High Point University students. I'm still over here trying to get used to even saying that.
And I tell people that, they're like, what? Really? I know. Trust me. When I came on campus, we knew this is where we were supposed to be.
You knew it. I was about to ask you, how long did it take for you to realize that this was home?
Once there were the coaching changes over at High Point University, so my sister and I, what's going on? Our assistant principal at our high school is an Aggie. He played baseball here years ago.
Hans Lassiter.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes, absolutely.
That's my
He
frat
is
brother.
one of the reasons. He was like, have you guys tried A&T? We was like, well, yeah. He was like, I'm calling her. I'm calling the coach. He called the coach. She was like, well, I've been trying to recruit them for a very long time. He was like, call her. So we called her, and we was like, hey, coach. She was like, what's going on? So she was like, I need a verbal from both of you guys right now. And we verbal right there on that phone call.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I can understand. I'm sure Aggie Nation can understand. You were doing it for the hometown team, right?
Yeah.
You were not an Aggie yet.
No, I wasn't.
Right.
I was not an Aggie yet. And the assistant coach at High Point at the time, she was home.
It was home.
Like, she was family.
Yeah.
You know? So.
That's forgivable. We forgive
Yeah.
you. We forgive you. On behalf of Aggie
Right.
Nation, we forgive you.
Man, they cannot get anything past Shabazz.
Hall and
yeah,
Shabazz
man.
have been stellar.
Although Shabazz blocked that herself, it would still be a block assist.
Why would that be a block assist? Because she was just there with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh!
Nice dig by 17.
Certainly,
man.
and there's a,
Just long outside.
LaVoy Rivera trying to be crafty on that shot.
Yeah. That actually would have been a smart play had it landed inside.
Aggies up 16-8. Spartans serving, though.
It's a nice serve.
Couldn't quite, that is El Henrique. Couldn't quite handle that. Right back at it, though. As the Aggies await to serve from number 21, Rivera.
That's a really good serve by 21, the Spartans. Man.
Woo!
She elevated on that attack, but the Spartans closed that block out there.
That was just a great defensive play.
Yeah, it was.
By number 15, Izegwu.
Yeah.
A little momentum being built now by the Spartans.
Yeah,
Rivera on the serve. And
so we call this a free ball, meaning this is a really easy pass to make something happen.
oh,
And
nice dig.
They almost did.
This might be the longest volley of the game.
And Shabazz puts it away for the Aggies, number 9.
Calling that name quite a bit this afternoon.
I just get chills seeing her out there. Brings back memories.
I asked Brian Holloway, the sports information director for North Carolina A&T, which current Lady Aggie reminded him the most of you and your sister.
Uh-huh.
Any ideas who he said?
I would probably say 9.
That's exactly who he said. That's who he said.
Yeah, Shabazz. Man, I see us all in her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do. was elevating. She can hit the ball anywhere on the court.
Shabazz is a redshirt junior from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah. And see, my sister and I fooled a lot of people because we're not very tall. Man. It's a very nice swing by number 18, the Aggies.
Aggies are rolling. Oh, yeah. She gets up. We could put that on the back of her sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah.
I get up.
I get up.
18-11, the Aggies up in the second set after winning the first set convincingly.
Yeah.
LeBoy Rivera on the serve.
Yeah.
There's Shabazz again.
Yeah. Like I was saying, we wasn't very tall, so the thing that helped us was our vertical. We could jump very high, so a lot of people underestimated us out there.
So what causes a young lady maybe to make the decision between volleyball and basketball? Like, why was volleyball the thing for you versus?
Actually, track was our first love. We were track runners. We have been running track since we were 8 years old. And a lot of people thought we were going to go to college for track. A lot of people thought we were going to go be in the Olympics for track. Like, that's how good we were in track, but...
Were you 400 or 800?
I was a hurdler.
Oh, my.
100-meter hurdler. And, yeah, we both were. We ran all the relays. So, yeah. It's a nice swing, nice touch. The Spartans are trying to hold on. They still have a lot of work to do, though, but they're hanging on.
Well, we're certainly glad that you and your sister are not over there giving them tips on how to come back.
No.
How to maintain their composure, although they do have one of your mentors on the sideline.
Right. But yeah, we decided with track, we were kind of burnt out from track, and so volleyball was introduced to us only in the 9th grade. We started volleyball very late.
Wow. And what, it just came natural?
It really did, honestly. Yeah.
There's Shabazz.
Yeah, she's amazing. And the funny thing was, the high school volleyball coach saw how high we could jump in middle school, and she was like, y'all need to play volleyball. Y'all need to play volleyball. And it was freshman year, we were so bad. But sophomore year started on varsity.
Wow.
And made it to the finals our junior year. We were 35-1, lost in the finals. And then 36-0 my senior year, we won our state championship.
Come on now.
Yeah.
That's one of them Jordan stories.
Yeah.
Right? We were horrible when we were freshmen.
Oh, man.
We started as sophomores and we became state champions.
We did. She found the hole in the block that time. So when that happens, the outside hitter from the Aggies, the right side, she floated a little bit too far past the antenna, created a hole for the outside for the Spartans.
That was Matos, who has already won MEAC Player of the Year. Norfolk State actually has 3 players that have already had that distinction already.
Oh, wow.
MEAC Player of the Week, excuse me.
Yeah.
Correction, of the week. Aggies now are just simply 4 points away
from
taking the second set, indeed.
Yeah.
Now, it's the first to 3.
Yeah, you have to win 3 out of 5
The first
sets.
to 3.
Yeah.
The first to 3. So it's not going to be that quick of an afternoon.
No,
But 3-0, that just doesn't get, I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah. You want to win in 3, but if you have to go to 5, you still want to make sure you win it.
Got to dig a little deep.
Yeah.
You don't want to give them any chance to get back into the match.
No. That's a nice off-speed shot by number 7 from the Spartans. She went up strong and she pulled off and they wasn't ready for it.
That's Matos again. Eckelberger serving for the Spartans. They're down 15-22. Aggies in complete control, and that's a beautiful shot by Rupertova.
Although she doesn't get up very high, she has a really fast arm swing, so it really helps her a lot.
2 points away from taking the second set.
Just long. I think that was like her second in a row for that serve. She starts to take off a little bit on that serve right there.
Serving now is Rodriguez for the Spartans, who is the third person. We haven't really mentioned her name too much, but she also has been a MEAC Player of the Week.
Oh, wow. That was a nice save.
Wow.
By 18 for the Aggies. And that was an awesome job by the setter who saved it because it was almost going to go over.
Credit Shaylen Hall with the point. Brewer back. This is to take the second set.
Set number 2. Yeah.
Shabazz
puts it away.
And that's it. The Aggies now take the second set, a commanding 2-0 lead.
Yeah.
It's the best of 3 for the Aggies.
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Yes.
So again, this is only the Aggies' second match of the year.
And they look really good. They really do.
They dropped 3-1, but they were in that the whole time.
Yeah, they were. Like I said, that fourth set, they kind of got a little flustered. And, you know, if you get flustered, it's okay. You just got to come right back. Give it 2 or 3 points and come right back in. But they were fighting all game.
So since the Mitchell twins have left North Carolina A&T, you have stayed very close to Aggie athletics.
I did. My sister and I both did, actually. And I, right after graduating, I became the assistant coach here. And I coached here for almost 9 years. I stayed here a very long time. So Aggie, A&T is definitely home for me. Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
And y'all just might be the most popular people in Aggie land.
Oh, thank you. Well, we try to be positive influences to people. So, you know, there's certain things.
From the first time I walked into Corbett, I was like, wow, there's 2 of them walking into Corbett, and everybody knew you.
Yeah.
And, you know, you both just have these radiant personalities. You just light up the room when you walk in. Just great ambassadors of the North Carolina A&T athletic brand.
Yeah, it just speaks about how A&T treated us when we were here, you know? So being a student athlete here was an amazing experience for both of us. And I know a lot of people say that A&T, the Aggies are like family. We really are. It really is. It really was. That's the experience we got by being here. And I'll just say, my mom, when we came here for orientation, as soon as she stepped foot on campus, she was like, oh, this is home. This is it, yeah. She didn't feel quite that way with High Point when we visited High Point. She was, you know, she was okay, you know. But when we came here, she was like, oh yeah, this is it right here. So when we got that cue from Mama, it was a deal.
A done deal.
Yeah.
This year in Aggie athletics, the MEAC announced earlier today that they were canceling the championship series for Aggie football.
Oh, wow.
And we know that the basketball teams have had a difficult time trying to create a schedule.
Yeah.
Volleyball has taken on a larger prominence here, streaming the games now. And,
which is awesome.
So this is a great opportunity for fans of Aggie sports to really get acclimated to volleyball, and then to hear you, an Aggie great, provide analysis for the game is just. I'm so happy to have been joined by you.
I am happy to be here with you. Yes.
2-0. The Aggies are up. They're looking to close out this match.
Yeah, this is definitely a great opportunity for volleyball exposure. You know, we're the same season as football.
Right.
And not to say we get overshadowed by football, but people are football fans, you know what I mean? So, you know, so this gives us, you know, gives the girls a good chance to have some
this is a good group. Aggies coming off a 13-1 MEAC season last year. And in the last 2 seasons, they've lost in the MEAC tournament. Heartbreaking losses both years. And they just feel that this is their year.
It's it.
And it is their final year.
Yeah, I've been there. Oh, man, it hurts.
Shabazz picking right up where she left off.
Yeah.
Aggies are up 1-0.
And she's still having an amazing game. She's only had 3 errors that last set. That was a nice off-speed shot by number 3 from the Aggies.
Completely what you described. I could see it.
Yeah.
Hand wide open, palm wide open, placing it where it just needed to be.
Right. And the defense wasn't ready for it. It's an awesome serve by Edie.
She served it, got in position, and finished.
Yes, and finished it. I don't even think she thought that was going to be a kill.
Aggies up 3-0 in what could be the third and final set.
Yeah. That's an amazing serve. Yes, and it's a float serve. So on top of it being a float serve and being hard to read in the air, she has some force behind it.
Brewer is a senior, and she did announce publicly on the Aggie Sports podcast, Aggie podcast,
that
she was going to be leaving Aggie Land and pursuing a major, but that she had put her name in the portal.
Yeah.
I think that came as a shock to a lot of people in Aggie Land. Certainly it did to me too, but of course we wish her all the best and hoping that she has a fantastic senior campaign.
Serve. Oh man, they're not ready for it.
Rivera, a name we call quite a bit for the Spartans, gets the point. Couldn't quite be handled by Rupertova. They get their first point of the third set. Aggies up 5-1. Rivera serving for the Spartans.
Chance for the Spartans to try to make a little bit of a run here. But that was a stuff. No, that was a stuff block. She was by herself, so that would be considered a solo block by number 1 from the Spartan.
Rachel Williams. Rivera serving down 2-5 in the third set. Shabazz, not quite. There's Rivera.
So it looks like the Spartans are doing their thing with blocking right now.
I can see why she was maybe a MEAC Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Actually, that was number 7, Matos, who was one of the 3 who have served as MEAC Player of the Week. But that serve.
Yeah, right in the belly of the net. So typically when that happens, she just mishit the ball.
Aggies up by 3, serving in the third set. Rupertova.
Yeah. Oh. So they didn't see that, but that actually did not clear the net from 17 from the Aggies, but it's the Aggies' ball.
Break for the Aggies?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like the Aggies need any breaks at this time. I know Spartans are not happy about that.
Right.
And just like that, the Aggies are up 8-3.
Yeah, and again, that serve, the Aggies, they have done a great job with that float serve they have. I haven't seen any top spin servers right now with them, so. It just falls.
It does. That was just like a, not a curveball, but certainly just like just drops out. The bottom just drops out.
It literally just falls. Like it just has the air and then just falls right there. We tell our girls literally you have to track it in the air the whole time right into your platform.
And that's because the ball doesn't have any spin on it?
It doesn't have any spin on it, but because of the way it's floating in the air, you just don't know where it's going to land. Like you can find some really good flow serve. Like we have a couple on the Aggies team. Spartans has pretty good flow service as well, but you'll see it literally moving in the air. If you're like where they're standing, you can see it. But where we're from, we can't see it from here, but if you're standing right in front of it, you can see it.
Well, of course, our viewers probably have a better view of that float serve than we do.
Yeah. So it looks like the Spartans have a little bit of a momentum right now, energy-wise, for sure.
They're on a little run right now, and Aggies, though, are in control.
Yeah.
They've been in control since the beginning.
Since the beginning.
We'll see if our technical crew can hear us, and when the Aggies serve again, we'll see if we can get that view back up.
Yeah.
Particularly when Brewer is serving, we'll see if we can catch that.
Yeah.
Catch that angle.
That float serve there. Beautiful pass. At the top. Oh, she was able to pass that ball up from the top there.
Aggies up 10-5.
That was a double call from the Spartans. Aggies ball.
And serving will be Warfield. We'll see if we can possibly get our camera crew to take a look from behind. I don't know if they can hear us. Warfield serving, though, up 10-5.
Good serve.
Was that a lack of communication there, or?
That was just, the pass just wasn't quite there, yeah.
There's Warfield up 11-5 with the serve.
Good swing. She also found a hole in the block, number 7 from Norfolk State. Again, the outside hitter. So we call it the pin hitters. The outside and the right side hitters are called pin hitters, but the outside pin hitter kind of floated just a little bit past the antenna, created a hole right for the right side on the Spartans team.
Mato serving.
That off-speed shot again.
And it was actually saved over by the Spartans.
Not for the second time,
Credit that to number 4, Addie Warfield.
Yeah.
That surprised me. I was not expecting that.
A setter skill.
Wow.
Always a bonus.
Mackenzie Richards in now for the Aggies. She served that one. Brewer found the corner, and a desperate Spartan tried to make a play.
Yeah.
Aggies up 13-6. Courtney Pitts coming in now for Rupatova.
Yeah, looks like the Spartans may need a timeout here. Stop this run that the Aggies have.
Or Coach Bullock may just say, hey, I just got to just see what they play.
Yeah.
Can they play through it?
Yeah.
You know, we're down 2 sets already.
Right.
Let me see what my team is made of. 13-7, Spartans are down. Aggies are up already 2 sets. Eckelberger.
Yeah. That was an overpass by 12 from the Aggies, but number 1 finished it from the Spartan.
That's Rachel Williams. Again, Eckelberger on the serve. The Aggies are up 13-8 in the 3rd set after winning the first 2.
Yeah.
And she found it. Edie Brewer. 14-8. The Aggies are up.
Number
18, Shaylin Hall back in the middle.
23 serving again. Let's see if she can keep it inside the court this time. There we go.
Porcher with the serve.
And almost an ace. '18 just does a really good job of just finding the holes on the other side.
Spartans trying to stay alive in this third set.
They are fighting.
Down 14-9. If the Aggies win this, they win the match.
Yeah. And let's see them again tomorrow, right?
1 o'clock.
Yeah. Very different schedule. Very different schedule. Typically won't see another team until play them in the beginning and then closer to mid or the end of the season.
Edie Brewer now serving. Aggies up 15-9.
See, that had a little bit of a spin on it. So
yep, you can actually see that.
Yeah.
Very good shot from our camera crew.
Yeah. It's a nice block, but she was called inside the net. Let's see
Brewer.
what serve.
She typically stays back there for 3 or 4 points whenever she's back there.
Oh, she
oh,
just missed
that was the play-by-play jinx. Sorry about that, Edie.
Coach must have given her a short serve. That's why she pulled off.
Didn't mean to do that to you, young lady.
Oh, I'm sure she'll make it up next time around.
16-10, the Aggies are up. How about that? That's from a name we don't call too much. That's Tasman Fahey. Cooper Turbo coming back in, but not before a timeout. So, you know, in basketball, you know, we normally see the quote-unquote reserves come in when you're normally up by a large amount.
Yeah.
As a coach, when do you normally start playing your reserves? Those who are not in the rotation, so to speak.
Typically, I mean, if you're up 2 sets and you're winning the third set, you can definitely throw in your reserves at this point. See what they have, see if they can handle the pressure. Sometimes, even when you're in a tough situation and your starters are not getting it done, and you look into your reserves to be like,
they're on the team.
Yeah.
For a reason.
For a reason. If one server keeps missing her serve, you look at your reserves. Can you do it? Coach, yes, I can. All right, let's go.
Coach Al Clifton doesn't have many reasons today to try to look to reserves.
No.
His Lady Aggies have responded very well in just their second game of the season. It is their second home game as well. And it looks like if things keep moving the way they are, the Aggies will even up their season at 1-1 and have an opportunity tomorrow to have a winning record early in the season.
Yeah, this is a great year for them to try to win it all. It is.
And then, of course, next season they'll go against High Point.
You know, listen. I don't have any ties to High Point. Nice block.
How about that?
11.
Shabazz and Fahey up front for the Aggies.
11 was the one that blocked it, but it'll be a block assist for the both of them.
Rupertova on the serve. Oh. Spartans now will go ahead and take service.
Yeah.
It'll be number 12 serving for them. Eckelberger.
It's a good pass.
How about that? Number 3 for the Aggies, and that's Mackenzie Richards.
She actually played middle last year, I think. And she's playing middle right now. But that's a good outside swing by her. Yeah, she's playing outside right now. But she was in middle last year.
The Aggies have an international flavor to their roster.
Oh, yeah.
You'll notice all the different flags that we have in Moore Gym.
Yeah, absolutely.
Georgia, Ohio, Florida, Ohio, Minnesota,
There's
Spain,
definitely variety on here.
New Zealand, Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
the Czech Republic, Virginia,
It's a nice
and
save.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
You knew that was power.
Oh, yeah. 23 has a heavy arm. Heavy arm.
That's Porcher. She'll probably admit, I get my strength naturally
Yeah.
from my dad. Oh, he
Yeah.
just played in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, man.
Her brother plays on the football team here at North
Oh,
Carolina.
wow.
A&T.
Okay.
Fatima Shabazz, the redshirt junior from Cincinnati, Ohio,
Yeah.
serving it up for the Aggies.
Yeah.
Just 5 points away from match.
This is the time the Spartans have to figure it out quick. Nice save.
Credit number 16 for the Spartans, Kaya Brown.
Yeah, so that almost wasn't a very good swing because the block was closed.
Actually, that's number, is that 16?
That was 16, yeah.
Matos back serving now for the Spartans, who are trying to remain competitive.
Yeah.
Aggies have been in complete control the entire match.
Entire game, yeah. So you'll see number 3 almost passed that ball, but it was right at her chest, and she opened up just in the nick of time for it to go along.
Aggies are getting closer to their first win of the year in just their second game
Yeah.
here inside Moore Gymnasium.
So when I was coaching here, that's when Coach Howell and I definitely kind of made the decision to have volleyball full-time in Moore Gym.
What led to that decision?
You know, we share with basketball. So in order to not have some confusion with, you know, practice times and things like that, we just decided to just move it all the way back over here. Now, back in the day, back when Coach Kathy Bullock was here, they were full-time and more. And then they made the switch to Corbett. That was right around my era when I was here. And Coach Howell made the decision. It was like, listen, we definitely should just come on back over here anymore. And it was a great decision.
Porcher.
Yeah. They're 2 points away from taking this whole thing home.
What was your better experience? Was it as an undergrad player or was it as a coach?
Definitely as a coach.
Really?
No, I'm going to go with No, definitely as a player. That experience, I love the sport so much. I just could not get enough and came back to coach. But my experience with volleyball playing here, it was like none other. Like, I can't even explain it. the relationships that I built while I was here. Of course, the accolades that I accumulated while I was here. That's also a plus too, right?
Yeah, you have to do a little something to become an all-time, great.
I did a little bit of something.
Don't just throw those titles around too often,
Yeah, so the Aggies are 1 point away. 1 point away.
They were in complete control of the first set, complete control of the second set.
Yeah. And they're trying to stay alive here. Like that.
And complete control of the third set. There it is. Your Aggies take 3 sets in a row.
Yes.
And I hate really watching the end of the game where they just sort of wave at each other, because I know they want to show their respect to one another.
Absolutely.
But ladies and gentlemen, in just their second game of the year here in Moore, the Aggies are able to turn the ship, right it, take the victory today over Norfolk State, coached by North Carolina A&T's alumnus, Kathy Bullock, who is the head coach of my co-host this evening, Arlene Mitchell. Arlene, your assessment of these Aggies, they were fantastic this afternoon.
These young ladies look amazing. We have some heavy arms out there, amazing service passes, but the team chemistry looks like that's the dynamic of their team. Like that, you need to have chemistry when you're playing against somebody. So that was awesome with them.
The Aggies will play tomorrow at 1 o'clock against this same Norfolk State Spartans team. Again, the Aggies will play tomorrow against the same Norfolk State team at 1 o'clock tomorrow here in Moore Gymnasium.
Yeah.
We know that may be a little early for some of you all, but hopefully you'll join us.
Yes. We'll be back here tomorrow at 1 p.m.
So playing back-to-back games, it's typical of volleyball.
Not in this instance. We will play. This is a conference game, so we'll see each other beginning and then later in the season. So we don't typically play back-to-back like this.
Not in conference, but to play back-to-back days.
Yeah, we'll play back-to-back days. Yes, absolutely. Back-to-back days, but not the same team. Right.
And so what do you think will be the challenge? Will it be that Norfolk State come back hungry, or will North Carolina A&T say we know what to expect?
Absolutely. It'll be we know what to expect, but also Norfolk will say the same thing, we know what to expect, so they can make the necessary adjustments next game tomorrow. The Aggies pretty much can stay the same as to how they're playing, but with taking 3 sets, the Spartans definitely have some adjusting to do about what they need to fix.
I hate to think that Coach Bullock would want to leave here without winning one set.
Oh, listen, she's an Aggie, so she knows. She fights for it.
Well, good. Thank you so much for being with me this afternoon.
Absolutely. This was absolutely an honor. I love it.
And your first time.
My first time.
And my second. So
yeah.
we're both rookies doing this.
Both rookies.
But we certainly hope all of our fans who are listening and watching, we hope that you enjoyed yourself again today.
Yeah.
All right, tomorrow, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the Aggies will be back in action here against Norfolk State. On behalf of our Chancellor, Dr. Harold Martin, the Director of Athletics, Earl Hilton, Coach Hal Clifton, and everyone in Aggiland, for my co-host, Arlene Mitchell.
Yes.
Beautiful Arlene, legendary Arlene. I'm Joseph Lovell, and we'll see you next time right here on the North Carolina A&T Aggies Sports Network.
Yes.